What's up? We're gonna try to not suck anymore.
Well,
I went back to a different thumb that I used to use all the time. So we're gonna try not to suck. So we're gonna try this out. And I'm gonna try, this thumb went from, what was it? An 8th reverse to, now it's 3/16 reverse. And then I even went with an 8th right under the palm versus 0. So the goal behind this, and the reason I'm doing this, is to try and create a better feel. My problem throughout tournaments has always been getting straighter, being able to roll the ball up the back has always been okay for me. It's as soon as I need to start going left more and creating that side rotation more naturally. That's been the problem for me. So if I can create a thumb that gives me it pitches my thumb under my palm just a bit, that forces me kind of to go this way a little bit, then I can kind of create that type of rotation that I'm looking for later in the day a lot easier. Because then my shot making, if I can do it easier, my shot making goes up. My problem is my shot making goes down when I get forced into areas that I'm not accustomed to just rolling it. So like what I'm really good at doing and what I like to do is just playing straighter, just like these first couple of shots you're seeing here. I really like to be able to go straight up the lane and just kind of roll it off my hand. The longer I can do that, the better I actually am. But now as I move left, and I know it kind of sounds, you're probably going to say, but JR, you know, I watch your videos all the time and that's all you ever do is just continue to move left. You seem like you do okay. It's the little things that matter. Even though I'm striking for the most part and kind of getting it going in the right direction for the most part, it's not exactly right. It's not perfect. So when I go bull on the tougher conditions, those little problems that don't show up on the league pattern they're huge on the tough pattern. So even when I just barely miss it on a tough pattern, I'm gonna flat 10 or I'm gonna 210 or split or something. Whereas here, it's still gonna hook and still gonna have a chance to strike. So I have to make that much better by creating the proper feel. So now I'll move my feet a bunch to the left. Let's see how this feels. Now I'm gonna try to get my hand around it a little bit more naturally. I'm not gonna try to go too far and see what happens. Now that was all right, and you can see it really pick up. And by the way, this is that Bloody Ocean from Legends. So if you haven't picked one of these up, you need to make sure you go get one. BowlerX.com, link in the description. Go get one of these right now because this ball is ridiculous. I've been bowling on this lane for a good 20 minutes now, so we've got maybe 40 shots on it, and it's still picking up the back part of the lane like this. So just pay attention to this ball reaction. But right now, again, what I'm really trying to do is create that feel. And maybe this is something you need to do too. Maybe you need to drill a new thumb. If you use switch grip, that's the best way to do it, because then all you have to do is just drill a different thumb. But for me, I'm just trying to create that feel of getting my hand around it more naturally. That's good. That's good. So that's like me just really rolling it off my hand. It still gives me that same feel of getting up the back, but I can just change my hand enough to get my hand up the back, but to the side of it at the same time to give it that extra rotation, and then it's perfect. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish. Let's try it one more time here. I'll go even further left. Now I really have to try to get my hand to rotate around it here. Ooh, that's really spinny. Woo! That's what I'm looking for, is the ability to not feel like, what my problem was is every time I moved too far left, it forced me to kind of grab it because I felt like it was coming off my hand. Because if I couldn't keep my hand in a sturdy position like this, straight through it and roll it, then it felt different. Because right like this, it feels like it stays on my hand. I can just roll it off my hand. But as soon as I had to take that step to the left and kind of go this way with my hand, in the swing, as I got to here, it almost felt like the ball was coming off too early, which would then make me kind of grab it and jerk up on it. And that's when I start seeing that early hook in the front part of the lane, and the ball kind of goes left or right, and I see the over-under. So this weekend on the 45-foot pattern, I struggled because I saw some early friction, and I'm like, well, that was a pretty good shot, I thought. But what I wasn't paying attention to enough of, anybody that watched the live stream saw the same thing, is the shots where I grabbed it just a little bit, the ball went up, and it didn't get into a good roll like I wanted to. So for those of you who struggle with something like this, maybe it's you struggle going straighter, if you don't have switch grips on your ball or some type of interchangeable, you're missing out. You need to go and put some interchangeables in your bowling ball so that way you can drill different thumbs to create different feels. Not only just different feels, but different sizes for when you swell or when you shrink. You can just do multiple different things in the bowling ball with the thumbs so that way you can be competitive at all times. I'm gonna have now 2 or 3 different thumbs, I'm gonna have 4 different thumbs with me at all times that give me just a little bit different feel to allow me to do different things. So I hope this helps. Make sure to head over to your local pro shop. If you're in the Toledo area, you need to come up here to Shopmakers Pro Shop at New Glass Bowl. Get yourself some switch grips put in, Jopos, Vice. I don't really care what it is. I obviously prefer turbo over anything, but whatever you prefer, I don't care. Just go do it because it is so detrimental for your game to have an interchangeable thumb in your ball to go from ball to ball to ball. So make sure you head over there. Anything else you need, make sure to go over to bowlerx.com. Get yourself one of these Bloody Oceans because it's going to be, this is one of those really good balls. I think it just released today or yesterday, one of the two. Go order yours today and it'll come to you in just a few days. And make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications for these tournaments or for these videos. And if you want to support the channel, please make sure to head over to Patreon and support over there. Any little bit helps me to get new equipment, helps me to make sure I stay up to date with everything that I need to keep bringing content to you, for you at all times. So I appreciate you guys. And until next time, I'm out of here. We'll see you later.